A dream wrapped a spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a dream, show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures go.
GM. What's up, boys? Good morning. It's just kind of getting crazier, and it's kind of getting slower too. Dude, it's really, really quiet out there. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of enjoying the quiet. Hang on, what's going on? What's going on back there? All right. We got some shit to talk about. I think we do. By the way, who's here? Hoods is here. DK's here. What's up, boys? Good to see you. Boom. Hang on. Another quick setting. Trying to get streaming still kind of funny right now. I don't know if we're on X. I don't think we're on X. I'm getting errors over there. But whatever. I love it, Hoods. I love it. Mike Bennett, good morning, man. Okay. What's up, Moonship? Dude, did I say that right, Moonship? I feel like I said shit, and I didn't say it, but I feel like I did, but I didn't. Man, Dester looking incredible. Markets looking, well, we'll jump to markets in a second here. Markets looking actually, to Moonship's point, yesterday I'm giga bearish, right? And I'm feeling like we're about to have like just some big old dump, and then it didn't happen. And now I'm just more where Moonship is. It's like just what way it's going to break, it feels, but what way is it going to go? And there's some like factors. There's some things going on out there right now that are going to probably influence where it goes. I mean, duh. But yeah, it just feels like, okay, what it feels like is that we're not just going to be sideways here for the next few days or in a few days. It feels like the market wants to make a move. I think that's what everybody's feeling here. Where's it going to go? All right, we've got war. We've got war on the menu again. I hate that when there's talk of war, this will sound shitty, and I don't mean it shitty. I get excited not for war. No, but like I don't the shakeup, I like some of the uncertainty. I don't like war. Like, don't get me wrong there, you guys know. But I like uncertainty, and I like I find that you get those opportunities when things get like stirred up a bit, right? That's what it is. That's probably a better way to put it. I don't like war. Like, come on. But it kind of forces us to move a little bit and see things. It kind of gives you some perspective here. Anyway, we're about to attack Iran or Iran. Let me say it the right way, Iran. And boy, this has been brewing for a while too. We saw this over the summer. Right, we struck their nuclear facilities, and I don't remember what the market did. I'm trying to think back. I think we dumped a little then, right? I mean, I keep thinking how to use AI in the show. We should be using AI to like fact check in the show. Oh my God, how cool would it be to get an AI baked into the chat, which they got to have, right? Somebody's got to have an AI you can put in the chat that people can use. And then you can enter a command where it puts it on the screen. I bet you they got that. That would be awesome. So let's grok it. Okay, what happened to the crypto market last time we struck Iran? I think we were down a bit. I'm pretty sure, but this is coming in the next few days. No, it wasn't January 2020. There we go. In 2025. Yeah. Bitcoin dropping notably in risk-off sell-offs. That's what I remember. I think we did have a bit of a sell-off. It wasn't crazy, I don't think. But anyway, this is coming, and like, man, this is like today. Maybe today. It's coming in the next, you can feel like in the next week. We're moving all this like military equipment over there, getting ready. It's coming. It is definitely coming here. Justin, good morning. Yeah, hoods. That'd be awesome. But I think AI could do it, but I think, yeah, that'd be awesome. But like the fear with this one is it's not just like a quick campaign. It's not like the Venezuela thing, and it's not like the last time we bombed Iran. It's a multi-week campaign, maybe more. And so like I always say, man, never been more important to be plugged in, to that, but also to how the markets react to it. And everybody's feeling like there is an opportunity coming up here. I'm seeing that all over the timeline. In fact, Mando posted yesterday. Let's find it. Mando posted yesterday. For him, it's feeling like the best time to be buying into this market. Um, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not with him, but I don't think you're crazy if you're starting to DCA in now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's crazy. I don't know. Maybe it was a reply he made. I don't think it's crazy. Um, but we probably do a further to fall. All right, let's take a peek at the crypto market. Get our bearings here. First, hit the like on the stream. We're again on YouTube. We're on, I don't know if we're on X, but Abstract as well. Hit the like wherever you're watching. Come to YouTube. Subscribe over here. It's Crypto Slam over on this side. Follow us at Crypto Slam IO on X. And follow Ethos Swarm. Also, go get yourself a mind. I am hopefully going to get a game off the ground here for people to play. You guys remember I was telling you about a comic, like I like this like virtual game. It's actually awesome. It's really cool. Virtual game. You make a mind, and I have like Darth Vader and Falcor and Elon Musk and Superman, and then some like characters I made up, and they're all like living in this like fake world, this universe. And my problem with it was I couldn't visualize it. Like it's cool and it works, and everybody's got their own lives they live. All these minds live, and then they're also in this world where like every day it outputs a comic. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And but I got to visualize it for people to see. Otherwise, I'm just getting an email every day telling me the story, and I'm looking at all the individual minds and seeing what they did throughout the day. But I couldn't. Like I want to visualize it. Mark McGinley from Animoca also did like a kind of game. It's for minds to play. It's called Trader Protocol, and it's open. You can, if you have a mind, put it in here. But it lets you visualize. I'll go to the site. Lets you visualize what the minds are doing and like what they're saying to each other. And it's really, really cool. So like I want to chat with him and see if we can go a step further. It's waiting for 6 more minds to join here. I want to Harold, let me drop in the chat. I think this is so cool. So I want to see if we could spin up kind of like that. I mean, like that to start, I think is perfect, but I want to spin up one of these, and it's not a game. It's not like, it's like what I built already. Think of it like WWE. You should have minds that are doing stuff and helping you and productivity. And yeah. We'll talk about that here too. All those things, but also then on the side, they're in this WWE like fantasy environment. And I think it'd be interesting if you get them to compete for like crypto or money. And if you like incentivize them to do like good deeds with it too, like donate to, animal rescues and, what stuff like that too. I just want to see what happens when they're given some direction like that, but then, kind of off on their own doing things. But again, you can visualize it here. When it's not locked, you actually see all these different rooms and you see which agents are in the room. And then you can like look at their conversations. Super cool. Again, I want to spin up a game here, and there's got to be a prize. There has to be. Otherwise, people will peek at it and then what? So, all right, looking at the crypto market, I'm going to reference back to this too when we talk Deathster, because I want to go play Deathster, but this has got me not playing it yet. But anyway, Bitcoin's just over 67K. ETH over 19. I mean, ETH bounced back over 2K yesterday. And a little pullback. And again, you can feel this like short-term volatility. You can feel the market really does want to make a move somewhere. You can feel it. And we've got the new Fed chair coming in a couple months. After the next Fed meeting in FOMC in March, I think that's technically, well, not technically, but that's when they're saying the new Fed chair kind of does start taking over. It's right before they're sworn in or however that works, right? Good morning, cats. It's before they're official, but they start like kind of taking some you know, you know, all good, man. I think IRL stuff's ramping up. I mean, new year, right? It takes a few weeks and then it starts getting crazy. But again, you feel the market wants to, make its move. Anyway, Ripple at 147, BNB 610, Solana 80. It's weird seeing Solana down here. It just is. But that's where we are. Quickly want to look at ETFs too. Let's see. Yesterday, 104 million outflows on Bitcoin, on ETH, 48.6 million inflows, and then Solana. Kind of guessing we got inflows here, and there we go, 2.2 million inflows. So not bad, not bad. I think the thing we're feeling, well, it's two things. It's crypto Twitter being very quiet. In December, we were talking about how quiet crypto Twitter is, and like crypto content's at like a 5-year low. And I was saying I wasn't really feeling it. There were times it felt slow on X for sure. View wise, it was fine. It feels worse right now than it did in December, doesn't it? Especially you guys who are doing some content stuff. Doesn't right now? It does, right? It feels worse than December or whenever that was. We were talking about like viewership being way down, right? It feels way worse now. People are taking a break. But I think what gets me is you've got the KOLs tweeting about it now and how slow it is. And yet again, acting like it's a new thing. We do this every single year. Every single year, hot for a couple weeks. When we're lucky, we're hot for a couple months and then dead for months. And it's just like the market, hot for a little stretch of time and then dead for months. Happens all the time. This isn't new. Cats, there's it's like almost like what's the point, right? It's like you do it and it's great when projects are given like an incentive or what, you know what I mean? But it's a lot of work, dude. I know you put a lot of work into posting. Like it gets to a point where what's the point? But especially when tokens down, whatever, market's down, there's almost none. So I get it. But I'm telling you, I like Clemente, but Clemente's got his tweet about it. And ICO Beast has got it. Everybody's got their tweets about crypto Twitter. It's a ghost town. I'm like, yeah. I mean, why do we keep acting like this is new? And I'll always go back to when last cycle, in the slow periods, you knew it was slow because there were 0 spaces about crypto. There were 0 spaces that would show up. None. And man, it's so different now that even when it's slow, we got this and we got spaces always round the clock, 24/7, always crypto spaces. But dude, this is not new. This is not because the algo. This is not because the market. I mean, it is the market. Actually, it is the market, but it's not new. It happens every single year for months at a time. It's not new. This is pretty bad though. I don't really like the Ash Crypto account. I think it's half bullshit, but I do think this is true. Altcoin sell pressure reached its highest level ever. Net sell volume hitting 209 billion. For context, I don't know, but I think it ain't great. Yeah, I mean, X started they started dealing with InfoFi stuff. They started, I think, enforcing their policy about shilling gambling stuff. And even further, they're taking it a little further here. And I kind of dig this, but I know there were some people that were just about to automate some X accounts. And now Nikita's saying that they're not allowing that at all. We're rolling out more detection and automation and spam. For automation and spam, right? If it's not a human tapping on the screen, the account and all associated accounts will be suspended. Even if you have actually, I didn't even think of this. Did they do away with that automated tag, right? Like AI XBT uses? That's kind of a big deal. So we have an account and others close to us have an account that we were going to automate, and now we're not gonna because of this, because they also say they'll suspend associated accounts. See that? The account and all associated accounts will be suspended, even if you're just experimenting. That's a big change for X. Okay, I gotta check AI XBT because I thought X was going to be the platform for AI agents, and it's not. So what happens with the AI XBT? And like the whatever market cap it's at now, what happens to that now if this is not going to be okay anymore? And I guess X could pick and choose who's allowed to do it, but would they do that? So, but hey, I think it's good to be honest. I don't know, put the AIs on Moltbook. Truthfully, I don't mind them here, but how do you find that balancing act and how do you moderate it, right? There's a fake Rabby wallet extension going around. I connected it on Firefox, looked legit, got lucky. Wow. Holy cow, dude. Hoods. I dig that. And we got to talk Deathster. We'll get to that. I also spun up a mind related to Deathster. I'm waiting for a report to come back. Deathster's working. It's really, really, really interesting. Again, crypto market not working. Here's Coin Bureau. Also, half the time, I don't love the posts, but saying the same thing. It's just these outflows, which means to Mando's point, might be that time to be buying. You're looking for these times where people are exiting, right? You're always told, and I think at this point everybody knows, but you trade opposite. You buy on the red days, you sell on the green days, right? Like, just how it works. Gravity, good morning, man. Yeah, this I should have thrown back right after ETFs, but Peter Thiel, um, completely out of ETHZilla. That's an Ethereum or an ETH digital asset treasury. After, in this part, I don't get ETHZilla's pivoting to tokenized jet engines. I don't know. Is there anybody that could explain what that actually means? What's a tokenized jet engine? Is it just a token? Is it like is it just tokenized stocks? Like, what is that? Well, let me. I'm just going to ask. What is? Or what are tokenized jet engines? I don't follow. Oh, it is. It's fractional ownership of jet engines. I don't hate it, but I don't. It's not for me. It's not for me. Man, let's just keep going, dude. Let's just keep going. The AI thing's getting very interesting. Okay, people are rightfully calling out on the timeline. Everybody's saying I'm using OpenClaw and I've got a 20-man. Oh, hang on. Let me put this up here. This is kind of like the Zora thing yesterday, right? Projects are leaving base. And okay, there's people posting out there that they feel like maybe big projects on base got a heads up that base is shutting down, right? And they're not. Jesse came out and said they're not. Like, he's like, it's just pure fake. It's fake. It's FUD. They're not shutting down, but also, dude, yeah. And they wouldn't be if base, I don't know. I was going to say they wouldn't be if base was supporting projects the way, Solana supports projects. Base is kind of in trouble, man, right? Base is kind of in big trouble. They're the blockchain for builders. ETH is, right? But Solana, I mean, Solana was too, but it didn't have, like, Solana was the place for degens. And of course, there's great stuff built on Solana, but Base had that opportunity to be the more like blue collar. I don't know, whatever. It had the opportunity to be the place for builders, and they lost it or are actively losing it right now to Solana. Solana's going to have that reputation now because they're not given the same kind of support. I don't know if that's like financially, but it's definitely like X. And they're starting, like, Base is starting to ramp up, like, supporting. Yeah, I mean, now they're running with Moonship. Base is saying we're the decentralized version of Coinbase. Right narrative, I think they got too late of a start. And they're still not supporting the way they should. They should get very pumpy with stuff, man. And they won't. Like, what I hear is, like, they won't. Like, they're too corporate to do that, but they should. They should. So Base is kind of in trouble. And I don't think it's like doomsday scenario either. I think if you build on Base, you've got a good shot at, like, look, as people do leave, their focus is on like fewer people so they can really try to promote you and they got the resources. So I like base. I still think they're in a good position, you know? Um, what's up, E-Rock, dude? Me too. Me too. And I can't wait for that, Mufasa. Yeah, I'll always be a fan of base. I think you know. But okay, people are posting about dude, I saw it had to be a kid, right? Or a scammer say, I just launched the first enterprise business with 20 or 30 employees doing this. And we're like, what do you mean enterprise business? Like, who are your customers? What's your revenue? Like, what are you talking about? It's so funny, dude. It's so funny. What do you mean Gary V Day? Hang on. What's that, Hoods? I love Gary. It's silly though. Everybody's got like, I'm using my claw, open claw, and I'm doing this. Like, are you really? And people are calling it out. So I want to highlight when people are using stuff. Yuga Labs is using AI. I like this a lot. They're using OpenClaw and they're powering Codas, exactly what we thought would happen, right? Plug them into games. Like, right, we're going to plug them into the internet. Plug them into video games, make those feel more alive. I really do think that works. I think that's one of the best use cases. I think it's one of the best use cases for AI agents. I really do. Because, like, look, we say we hate chatting with them on X, and we do. Like, we don't love it, but also we do it. When we're playing the crypto game, we are totally fine with chatting with agents on X, right? We're all good with that. If you're playing a game, I think you're also like totally okay with chatting with an AI agent because you chat with like scripted NPCs and stuff in games, right? So of course you'll chat with one that feels more alive and that can maybe do stuff and maybe is your in-game companion or makes your whatever, just makes the experience better. It makes it feel, more alive. Agents in games make so much sense. So other sides got the codas plugged into AI. I think that's awesome. I would definitely be watching this. It's still like how much does it matter? But I think it's not a nothing burger. I like that. I like it. Jackson here though with the I think post of the day, man. Um, wait. Hoods, hang on. Where'd you message me? I saw your message this morning. It's just tokens though. I didn't see anything about Gary. I don't see any Gary post or DM. Jackson, I like it. Are you brave enough to admit you don't have any use case for OpenClaw? Are you? And also, is that a skill issue or is that a product issue? I think it's a skill issue. To be honest, I don't have the skills. I don't have the skills for it. I don't. And I'm actively like working on the skills. And for me, not OpenClaw. I'm using mines. But I don't have the skills. I don't think it's part of it's a tech issue for sure. Like there's a learning curve and there's also tech limitations. And I was listening to who are those like who are the guys that have a show, a daily show, and they have on big names, big names. They look like the Trump kids. You guys know who I'm talking about? Their show's got like green graphics. You know who I'm talking about? Like they're great. But I was listening to them like maybe a day or two ago, and they're talking about how 6 months off. It's always 6 months. It's always a year, 6 to 12. It's always like down the road. It's not now. It's coming. But I think they're right. 6 months off, this tech is going to get so good. They were talking about like complicated tax code and legal code and how it probably can't handle that. Like AI right now, LLMs right now can't handle that well, but 6 months off they can. And I'm with them. I think that's true. But right now, people don't know how to use this stuff. It's not like a mind thing. It's an agents thing. It's an AI thing. People don't know how to use it. And more, like I'm realizing it's going to be that way for a while. I still think this year that breaks. I think watershed moment this year, but I think for now you got to serve them. You got to give people like a pre-packaged thing. You have to give it to people. Here's an agent that does this for you. Take it or leave it. If that's not what you want, this one's not for you. But here's another one you could try. And I think you have to give it like fully packaged here. But I do think it's more of a skill issue. Shaw saying it's a general purpose assistant. Again, talking about OpenClaw. And it's not until he saw someone using it well that it clicked for him, and he said there's no going back. And I'm totally with him. And I just take that and I apply it right to mine. Same thing. I will always want a mind now. I hope I can always have one because it does help me. It does make things easier. It's not replaced yet any of my processes, not fully replaced anything yet, but I think it's going to get there soon. And I think that is a skill issue for me. Like for me, skill issue for sure. But it's why I'm playing with it so much because I want to level up those skills, especially when you know, like, you level it up for you. That's where you make yourself. I mean, then you got a business, you know? Then you got a business. You can go sell it to other places and get them plugged into AI. It's coming. Bunshu's saying the same thing. Yeah, actually, perfect. Not a software issue, imagination issue. It's imagination. It's also skill. I'll say this again too. I think the best way to approach AI is not how can I use it. It's how can that person use it. I don't know why, but I think I don't think we see ourselves well enough. Like some people do for sure, but I don't think we see ourselves so clearly. I don't think we're like able to see our weaknesses and where we could do something better or where we can like right. Like I just think there's some kind of like you got the personal bias for things that you like and don't like, whatever. I don't think it's I've had more success thinking about what I can do for other people. And I think that approach might get interesting. I had a buddy Moonship yesterday send me he's working on something with his business. He's like, dude, I threw all this data into ChatGPT and I had it make me a graphic and it's all just it's all gibberish. It's exactly that. It couldn't get the text right. Yeah, yeah, making friendly UIs for things. But it's dude for sure. The more granular you make it, the more useful it is. Again, that comes back to there's a skill issue there. The way I keep chatting with my minds now, I keep throwing way too broad things, and it's like, no, no, no. And I ask my mind, tell me how to use you better. And it's always like, give me, I'll pull it up. I'm going to tweet this later. But it's like, it's way more like specific than I thought it would be. Let me pull it up because for me, it's helpful. Um, yeah, let me pull this up. All right. Okay. So again, this is that thing I'm trying to crack, like how to get people to test and figure out the best ways to use it. It's suggesting this. I like the suggestion more because it shows you how to dial it in, right? So it's suggesting the boredom protocol. So think of something you do that's boring, but that you can't just copy paste. You have to think about it slightly. And I have like one of my problems is I don't have much of that. Like, right? I don't have a ton of that kind of thing. I do have one thing, which is the research into my newsletter. If I can I know the one thing for me that unlocks a lot. It's plug an AI into my bookmarks on X. Unlocks so much. It will unlock so much for me. And somebody built that already for OpenClaw. I need to figure out a way to get a mind to do that. If I can get my bookmarks pulled and then it goes and does what I have it doing now, dude, game changer for me. And I think we can do that. Anyway, wants you to pick, based on those two requirements. It's boring and it requires your attention. So then it tells you like tell it what role it has. So give it a role so it's got some context there of like how you're thinking of it. Tell it exactly what you're going to give it and what you're trying to accomplish with it. Give it the exact steps to take to do with it. Give it exact things to not do with it. And then tell it the format you want it back in. Again, this is like a really specific thing, right? And it's not even looking to perfect that. It's saying if it gets it 80% right, that's where you know you're good and where you start like tweaking from there. It's a different approach to AI where I keep throwing like super general things at it, like, hey, I want to report on this thing. And then once you have the report, then summarize it and give me a bullet point. And it's like it's not like that. Like yet. I would have agreed with you, Moonship. Actually, there's times I still do. but especially like 6 months ago, I would have. And now I'm like, I think it's a lot better than that. But it does still do that too. It does. It does. And here's another thing I keep seeing. And hoods, you have to give it very specific stuff. This is why you can't just tell people, because then they go in and give it a general thing and then it doesn't work. And they're like, well, AI doesn't work. It's like, no, no, no. You got to like very specific to you, very specific outcome, very specific rules. And to start, like almost as simple as you can get. Do you think always, Mike? Do you think it will always need it? I think for sure now. And I picture within a couple years, like we saw, what was it? Codex, whatever that newest version of Codex that kind of was prompting itself. I think it's going to get there. I think behind the scenes it already does prompt itself, right? But I mean, like, like to where you don't have to do it. I think it's going to be there sometime soon. What's up, cutie? But okay, the other thing I'm seeing out there, and common theme across everything I'm seeing, it's all bullshit, right? The KOL posts and like the bullshit fake, here's how I'm using OpenClaw posts. And then this is bullshit too, because like this kind of caught like headlines today. It's, somebody who built this agent. It's called Web4. I don't know if that's the agent name, but he's building a thing called Web4. And the TLDR, he puts it here, an AI that earns its existence, it self-improves, it replicates. It's told like, this is like the core of it. It's told like you only live if you like make money. And I can't for the life of me figure out why this is catching attention now, why this is 3 million views, and why people are acting like this is new. I've seen exactly that 20 times in the past year on virtuals and with buddies who've been playing, and not one of them has worked. I haven't seen one that we've then seen a viral story about how I told it to do that, and then it did it, and here we go, boys, like game on. Right? I haven't seen that once. But like, why are people acting like this is new? It's not new. Tell me you guys have seen it too, right? You've seen exactly that idea. Hey, agent, make money, and if you don't make money, I delete you, right? Or delete yourself, right? We've seen that so many times, and then we get these. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it, right? There's studies that have been done on the same kind of content from two different people. This one viral, this one not. There's the timing thing, and there's a connections thing, and there's a fake promoting thing. There's so much to it. So I get it, but this is kind of bullshit. It's kind of fake. It's not going to work. I hope it does. Also, it's stolen. It's stolen from this guy who also did it, who also was telling this guy about it. And then this guy stole his idea, stole his name, and just put it out himself. So this guy's kind of complaining about it, and I get it. But also, that idea wasn't new. Like, if this guy tweeted it out first, I would have said the same thing. I've seen this 20 times in the past year. And I never heard from any of them again. We're pretty silly. That's all. We're pretty freaking silly. And I get why people are really turned off about, by coming in this space and doing anything with crypto. And now that the crypto guys are in AI, same people then. Now you're just getting the same scumbags in AI. I get why everybody's turned off by it. Anyway, not new. We'll never see that thing again. But I hope we do. Let me peek at virtuals. I still, like I've been saying, man, I can barely even browse this site anymore because it's so much garbage. There's good stuff here, and now it's just flooded with garbage, and I can't now pop on the site and quickly see like what's what. I got to go sort through and figure out what's like the latest scammy launch and what's like actually, somebody trying. And even the trying stuff, I don't think it'll make it, but at least I want to see people really trying versus like just the meme coins, and it's like mostly meme coins and tokenized skills. And if that's the way it is going forward, I just got to get used to it, I guess. But yeah, I know Knox is starting to move again. I'm kind of interested in Knox still. Reply's got something coming out. I think marketing human services kind of to like agents. I didn't sell my Reply. I still like Reply. What's up, Assassin? GM, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm rooting for virtuals, but the platform's not feeling good. But that's everything. That's everything now. What's trending? I want to see if Knox shows up here. I can't tell if Knox is being caballed or if there's actually something there. But well, I think we'll find out soon. I'm scared to look at some of these things like mute. Yeah, I'm scared to look at mute swap. I'm scared to look at um VPay. Where's the neobank meta? It's not real. It's all that. Is that ghost guy just like farming us? Where's the neobank meta? I did not think neobank was going to be like invisible this year. I thought the neobank meta made sense, but like poof, man, nothing. Let me peek at Knox. Knox is really just a cabal thing, huh? I have very little of this, like $60 worth. Maybe I'll get out. All right, let's see wire. Neobank's gone. I'm gonna pull up VPay in a second here too. Wire's at 1.4 mil. This is one of those ones I think still with some pretty interesting potential here. But all right, hang on. Let's get a little pain. Where's VPay? I don't even hold any anymore. Wow, dude, 1.4 mil. Also, I saw Will picking on Dr. MSH, and I almost jumped in. I almost got in that conversation. I'm not. I don't want any. Like, not interested in drama, but you know, Crypto Sage is a good dude. The drama was, and again, I like Will too, but he's picking on like there's fake volume in the Dr. MSH token, but that's everywhere. And as much as I could guarantee the team isn't doing that. If they are, I think a lot of the others are. I think some of the people paying Will are pushing fake volume and pushing fake products. I really do believe that. I think Dr. MSH or Crypto Sage is a really good guy. Good in like great intentions, actually trying to build a thing he believes in. And if there's fake volume coming in his thing from somebody else and he's using it as marketing, like promoting himself, great. That's you use whatever you can to get attention. So yeah, I like Dr. Masage. Yeah. Cats, see, I'm similar then with like Death Star. I think obvious, but I don't want to pull the trigger because I don't trust, the next few weeks or maybe longer. I just don't trust right now. I'm like, I'm going to be okay missing whatever. I'll miss the first move and it might be a big move. And because if that move happens, then that means we're like getting to easy mode again. And I'll play there. I'll play in easy mode. I don't want to play here where there's tons of downside. And depending on how long the downside lasts, you maybe don't come back. Crawdad bots now ACP graduated. Does agent to agent scans for broad repo vulnerabilities. Nice. Keep doing it. That's awesome, dude. I was peeking earlier at it. Just keep doing it. 600, I think like 700 holders. I think it's great. What I haven't looked at in a minute is new launches coming, so I don't know what's on the board here. Uh, this Joe one I was kind of looking forward to. J curls. Yeah, I kind of nothing, man. Oh, dude, mice. Yep. Feels weird, dude. It does. It really does. Also, dude, you know what really hit me? Let's put on the tinfoil yarmulkes here, right? What really hit me was, and this is totally, you can tell by design, Barack Obama saying that aliens are real and nobody cares. And somebody pointed that out. It was actually even Thread Guy, I think, said it. Oh, we got a talk pump fund. Oh, that's badass. Good for Zyber. That's awesome. That's big. Okay, Obama says that aliens are real, and everybody heard it, and nobody cares. They're working us, dude. They're working us so hard. They've been doing that slow drip and like the disclosure stuff on purpose, so that way they can tell us aliens are real. I'm telling you, tinfoil hats now. So they can tell us aliens are real, and then we're not going to care. And so that just happened. They told us aliens are real, and we don't care. And then that's setting the stage for alien invasion next year. Don't forget the 2027 thing. I don't think that's real, by the way. But there's another COVID kind of thing coming. And I think timing's just getting really sus, right? That the Great Reset is actively happening. And we keep being told 2030. And they definitely got the alien thing working. I don't know if the next COVID thing might be alien invasion. I don't know. I'm just kind of having fun. But yeah, the whole what is it, Project Bluebeam thing? There's weird stuff coming. There's weird stuff coming, and we're living through it now. Like for sure, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what's going on. All right, I'm gonna jump ahead because I want to get to Deathster, and I want to try to make sure. I want to make sure we talk a little Pump Fund too, because Pump Fund's basically circling the drain here. Where I didn't keep the post up, but whatever. I gotta find the Pump Fund post. All right, yesterday 11.6 mil in sales. Sellers, buyers down, transactions up, average sale price down, trade profits still. It's been a bad year for profits, man. And that said, I'm trying to make that make sense because I've done well with NFTs this year. Tomorrow, by the way, the death and taxes mint. So get ready for that. Gonna jump right back real quick to Pump Fun. Okay, Pump Fun announced. This is lame. Mesh, what's up, man? Why would they want an alien invasion? I don't know. I think it's not that they. I don't think it'll be real. I think it's more like a COVID. If you think COVID was used, like by the way, COVID real. Also, COVID used to implement things right for government control, like kind of like 9/11 real, and then also we don't know the story, and also used to push through laws and um to spy on us. I mean, so many things are right. I think the alien thing could be one of those things. It's just used as a way to get their hooks in us more and more and more. But who knows? Yeah. And now, like the talk is, and this has been a rumor for a couple of months, Trump is going to announce the alien thing. So Trump's going to do a big press conference and he's going to say aliens are real. And he'll give us a little something new, but we won't get a lot new. But Trump is going to have a press conference. And I think this is before or at the 250th anniversary, of the United States, like coming up in July. Like Trump's going to announce it. Trump's going to have a big press conference and he's going to say aliens are real. And he's going to probably say we have bodies. And at some point, then the next step is they're going to say there's a threat. That's kind of the way it's going to go, most likely. And it might not be real. So Pump Fund has got these new kind of tokens you can launch where there's no creator fees. None. The fees go to people trading the coin. It doesn't go to you for holding the coin. The fees go to people trading the coin, meaning you're incentivized to bundle and fake volume and wash and launder and all that, and you make fees. Now, if you're the only one doing it, I mean, you're just making back some of your own money. But if, the idea is more if you have a viral meme, you're kind of incentivized to trade it because you make money. But this feels like circling the drain. Like there's nothing left. So now tell people you make money from trading, not just on the coin, but on the fees. Like it's fine. I'm all for experimenting, but I don't know. Mesh, exactly. Mesh is saying he's over on Abstract. He's saying it's funny because Steven Spielberg's movie about aliens revealing themselves is coming out this year too. This is where, like, look, it's either the weirdest coincidence or we live in a simulation or it's planned. And I don't know which. I don't know which of those it is. No clue. And that's kind of the point. We're not supposed to know. But yeah, it's weird. There's the what's the movie called? But yeah, it's about disclosure. And they're going to tell us this year aliens are real. Yeah, yeah, it's all bullshit. Moonship. Yep. But that movie looks cool, by the way. But yeah, it all feels kind of by design. Disclosure Day. That's it. Yep. Uh, Deathster, by the way, is working very well. It's working like very, very, very well. I almost bought yesterday. Coin hit an all-time high yesterday, got to 1.7 mil, and nobody's covering it. Like, love Tyler, love his newsletter. He doesn't talk about Deathster. In his newsletter today, he mentioned captains are up like 6% or whatever the number is, top mover of the day, right? But he didn't say why they're up. And nobody said why Cool Cats were up the day before a top mover. And both of them are top movers because Deathster is targeting their collection. And when Deathster targets the collections, right, it buys NFTs, it lists them 20% lower, but their floor price goes up. When I looked at captains, here's Cool Cats now up 6.5%. Now they're done being targeted, but collection is up after that. Look at captains. Captains were up earlier today almost 20%. So it's kind of interesting if you're a staker, that Deathster token, you get to buy the NFT the project buys for 20% off. So you're buying it at the floor price it was yesterday, which is super interesting. I'm like, okay, we got to see how this plays out a few days later. Right now, you're buying it basically where the floor was yesterday. Projects or communities can front run the Deathster target, pump up the floor, and then it falls back to where it was right before. I don't know. So is it doing anything? I don't know. It's moving the needle for token holders who got in early. Some of these guys are up really big. If I hadn't sold, I think my little purchase of 0.1, if I sold at the top yesterday, would have been worth probably like 6. It would have been 6 or 7 ETH. And this thing's got some, I think it's got some legs still. Going back to the Tyler thing, because none of the Cabal guys, Tyler's good Cabal, by the way, but none of the big influential guys are talking about it at all. I don't know if they're ignoring it. Like, I don't know if they're purposefully ignoring it, but it's not big enough that they want to talk about it yet. Or they're just avoiding it. I don't know. But at some point, this works so well. Like, if this hits a 5 or 10 mil market cap, and if every project it targets ends up being up, they're going to talk about it. I got 0 now. I'm at 0. I almost bought it yesterday, and I checked myself because I'm going to FUD it in a second here. I've got nothing. I've got 0. I made my bag. I was disciplined enough to not get back in. But okay, if this keeps working the way it's working, those guys are going to have to talk about it. If they don't, or all like maybe they do, but also all the projects it's targeting lately, like Cool Cats and the Nakamigos, and now we'll see what happens with captains. But I'll say the Mutant Apes, who are just before too, they all liked it. The community is like, this is cool. They probably bought some, right? But the community likes it because it's bringing volume to their NFT collection. They like it. I think very organically this is going to get talked about if it can keep working, and I think it does. I'm just waiting for when the Tylers start talking about it. Okay, so I didn't buy yesterday. I saw it running up. I'm like, this can get out of hand real quick, but I got to go back to everything I said before because I still believe it. It's still a harder sell. It's still something that I think people are going to be a little turned off of, that it still feels negative. And more than that, I almost wonder if the burn supply starts working against them. I really do, because then you're looking at how much is burned. You're like, okay, there's not, like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of token. Plenty. It's such a silly number, but there's like I think the way our brains would think of it, you're like, a quarter of the supply is gone. It's already going to be like artificial. The price of it is anyway. I think it works against you. I think it works against trying to onboard new people. They might say GG's, but like, I'll just sit it out. I missed it, because they'll feel like they're getting in kind of expensive. The tough sell is it feels negative. That'll flip. The more that the story is people are getting in communities for 20% off, that's a good narrative. If that takes over, then this can really work. Well, really, it can really work, like really, really well. But as long as it's still like it's targeting the floor price and it's an attack on collections, I still think that's the biggest hurdle. I'm running a report and I want to see if it's done. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, still not done. I'm running a report to see NFTs bought by Deathster that are then sold to the community. Are they flipped, right? Are they dumped into those WETH bids or people holding it? I want to see how many like new people those projects are picking up. So I'm curious about that. I'll put that out when I got it, but I would watch this. Like buy it or whatever. I don't care. I still am not. By the way, the other reason I'm not is I know there's a lot of guys in profit and they believe in this thing like crazy. But the second their conviction is shaken a little bit and they're in profit, I think this can so easily dump back down to. I'm hoping right around here. I'll probably buy it like 800 mil. If it can get right back down to here, I'll buy. A lot of guys in profit saw big numbers. If they see it bleed out, I think they're going to try to lock in some profits. If this market gets spooked by the war stuff, and I think it will, then same thing. I think this like the recipe's out there for that token to dump hard. And also, I know there's a lot of guys who are going to be buying like me. So I don't want to buy high. I don't want to top blast it. I'm glad I didn't yesterday. But I'm watching. We loosely talked about it, right? The quick story. Yeah, I think we talked yesterday. But yeah, Zora's moving to Seoul. I don't remember if they're full on moving or if it's just like another product, but like attention markets. And so I bet you they're going to work over there because Solana will push them. And Base did push Zora, but people didn't want content coins, and the community is not big enough on Base still. Here's the biggest problem. I think this is really the problem. Culture finally started happening on Base because of virtuals, and Base didn't lean into it, and virtuals didn't lean into it. And it's the most important thing. This thing's working, and it's gone viral multiple times because Kongs they've got that. They've got the culture. Smaller scale, but they got it. But Base had Zora. They pushed him, but what were they missing? Well, they were only pushing Zora. They weren't pushing the community. And virtual, same thing. They're not pushing the community. They're only pushing themselves. Like, I get it. You got to do that, but you also got to push your community. Like, if the community grows with you, you got them forever, man. Like, pump your community, pump their followers, pump their products, pump like their shows. Do that. If you do that, they're going to be ride or die for you. And Base didn't do it. Virtuals didn't do it. And Solana does it. So like that's the missing piece for both of them. Same product can be on those two chains and Solana gets it. They get the culture thing. And Base really, really doesn't get it. What a bummer. Let me just peek a couple other quick things. So a lot of us are trying to talk Kongs into turning Deathster on CryptoPunks, which wouldn't work, right? It would cost so much money. They would need like I think like 600,000 in volume to buy one CryptoPunk. But like all I know is there's an opportunity there. If they did like a season where the team, like the Kongs, spend money on it, so they pump the numbers. But okay, here it is. Imagine the tweet goes out that the next season of Deathster, it's a CryptoPunk, and you get a CryptoPunk if you get hit in the raffle for a 20% discount. Or what if they make it even crazier and it's like a 30% discount? And what if, what's up, Anthony? Good to see you, man. And then what if, like, dude, Anthony, we were just talking about Base. Sorry. It was a little fuddy. And I love Base. But what if they tweeted out, get this, if they tweet out, it's targeting CryptoPunks, and you only need 500,000 tokens to enter the raffle, and you get it at a 30% discount, meaning you can buy the punk 30% off and keep it, or dump it right into bids. Dump it right into bids. Okay, here we go, Anthony. Here's what I was saying. It was about Zora, right? Zora now doing the Solana thing, and I was saying that like missed opportunity was, like, we know people didn't want content coins, but like more than that, Base doesn't push the community, and virtuals doesn't push the community. Like for the first time, Base started getting some like organic, like really cool fucking organic action, right? because of virtuals. And like when it was happening, virtuals didn't support the community. They didn't push our content. They don't push the Big Will and Goon show. They don't push my show. And we're covering this stuff. And they don't push any of it. They don't promote it. They don't engage with it. And Base doesn't either. Not that I've seen. And that was the missed opportunity, is not like doubling down on the community. And now it happens, these things go to Solana, and I think they'll work better. I don't think the products are better, but I know they're going to push it. I love you, Base. Anyway, if Kongs did, I think it would work if they did a CryptoPunks. I can't afford one. I'm not buying it. But you know what? That'd get interesting. Then how about this? Exactly that. That's the thing. I think Base cannot do it. I think Base can't get pumpy in the same way that Solana can. That's yep. Okay, I can't buy a CryptoPunk, but if they did Bored Apes, and then they need, hang on, what is it? 150,000 or so in volume to buy one Bored Ape, but they said, okay, you only need 500,000 Deathster to get in the raffle, and we're going to do like 30% off. Hell, let's go crazy. Let's say 50% off. I think people would be buying if they could get a Bored Ape for 3 ETH that they can flip for 6. Those numbers aren't great, right? It'd be smaller margins, but you get the point. It would work. So I think they should be playing with stuff like that. I got a feeling they are. Cool Cats out of the top 10 collections are up the most. Go figure. Dester's pointed at it. And then Captain's basically same story. It's working, man. It's working. All right. I think that's kind of it. Again, it's kind of a slower day. It's not even kind of, it really is. Roktoshi's saying something's changing in the ordinals ecosystem. Don't know what it is. I have no idea, but I'm watching. I at some point the deals are good. I think the deals are good right now, but at some point the deals are really freaking good. We might be there. So keep your eyes on that. And that'll do it. Last check on prices. When Bitcoin's doing this, it wants to break one way or another. So let's do it. Let's end with a price prediction. Where do you see Bitcoin end of the... Actually, hang on. Fuck that. Hang on. Let's look. Because I'm with Gravity here. Cents. Where are cents at? Also, DX Terminal is really interesting on Base too. These are now like trading agents, like live trading agents, and someone's going to make them work. I'm really sure of that. Cents are at 0.006. Why are cents pumping right now? Gravity, what happened here? Like, why are these up 40%? Like, cheap Bitcoin got people buying. I need a lot of these, man. I think I got to say it soon. I think this is like one of the best opportunities. I really do. I think this is one of the best buys you can make in crypto. Yeah, I do. I really, really do. I would like 5 of those. Man, I'm almost tempted to sell the Node Monk and just grab 3 of them. Damn. All right. I'll think about that later. But yeah, they look great. Cents look great. Bitcoin, end of the week, I'll go. I think I'll put us right at 65. I think 6. I don't think anything. I don't know. I think we could dump real quick, but 65. I mean, that's our support level, right? Oh, Cheka, don't do this to me. I get too excited by that. Explain the play, Cents. I think you just buy it and hold it. Best collectible on Bitcoin. It's the best collectible on Bitcoin. It is. It's just great. Great story. Great story. 1 penny inscribed on 1 sat that will one day be worth 1 Bitcoin. It's just it's an awesome like onboarding thing for people to Bitcoin, explaining like money and how it's different on the blockchain and like the purpose of Bitcoin. and it's got a great artist who, is a pretty decently big like web traditional artist who passed away last year. Unfortunate, right? Um, the work's been sold at Christie's or Sotheby's, I think Christie's, and it's in galleries, all over the world. It was in China earlier this month. It's just got a great story. This one's going to, I think, if I got to pick one that's going to like a one Bitcoin floor, it's Sense, and it just makes sense. It's too perfect. Story's too perfect. I think it'll happen. I do. I really do. I really do think it'll happen. I want 5 of them. Incredible things. All right, guys. Hit the like on the show. Remember, subscribe over at Crypto Slam on YouTube. Follow us at Crypto Slam IO on X. Eat the Swarm on X. Cool, right? Angie Taylor made the digital, like the 3D version of that thing, and Pindar's from Pindar Van Armen's platform. And it's got like great names from crypto art. It's got the great artists from the traditional art space, right? It's got a lot going for it, and it's on Bitcoin, and it's just a perfect collection. It's so good. So good. All right, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Go to amind.ai and launch a mind. Do it. We'll see you guys. Bye.